to the audio show.
So when I do the lives because I try to see exactly if I can get perspectives of the audience involved into the show and to see exactly what y'all think about whatever it is that we're looking at any given time. I wanted to get deeper back into the story and see exactly what did I miss um, with just everything that we reacted to because there's so much going on and because I've had to read comments at the same point in time. I really don't get a chance to really dissect and digest as much as I possibly can. Let's get into this.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Amber, she took Kai to run some errands.
Really? She just texted me like she was here a few minutes ago, literally.
Oh, yeah, she just stepped out, but you can come in and wait for her.
Okay, so the first thing that I've seen just from the entire thing is that Ambra's just texts Shayla that she's coming, right? So Shayla comes to the door and Amber is not there. The first thing I've seen with this is almost like it's like a chess move, like a setup move from Amber's part. It feels like though Amber has set, a trap. In other words, she wants to see exactly what the task is on all of this. Again, we don't know whose loyalty she's testing. Is she testing Anthony's loyalty? Is she testing Shayla's loyalty? I feel like that's not the question. Whose loyalty is Amber trying to test? And I keep saying that for me personally, I don't think Amber needs to test any one of them loyalty at this point in time. She just needs to have her cameras working and check exactly what's going on. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Because the truth of the matter is, it is what it is. If people are going to cheat again, then they will actually do that. But in this particular regard, both of them look just as much surprised as to what's going on. But hey, let's keep rocking.
They'll be back shortly. No problem.
No, I think I'll wait out here for them.
Okay, so I don't know if this is Shayla realizing that Amber deliberately did this to set something that's going on, right? Some optics. So now she's kind of saying, it feels like Amber is running a game. I don't know if that's what Shayla is thinking, why Shayla's actually refused.
Should be back soon, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, it's freezing out here. I mean, you got your toes out? Like, come on, just wait in here.
I think I would prefer to wait in my car, Anthony. But
Hold on.
Okay, so Anthony the proclaimed narcissist because basically that's what we get of Anthony each time we talk about him, right? Now he's a bit confused because Shayla has come in before. She's been around at the bar, she's been around at every different place, she's been laughing with Amber. So what has changed this time from all of the other times? In any event, they've already been caught, they already have a kid together. There's too much at stake at this point in time, and I think that that's what he's actually feeling. But then again, is this Anthony trying to say, okay, hey, okay, come inside so we can get something going? I don't really believe that because it doesn't sell me that. You know what I mean? But hey, some people do.
So, now you can't come inside. What you Shayla, what you think I'm gonna try you or something? I promise you I'm not on that.
I would just prefer to have respect for Amber and not be in her house while she's not there.
Okay, so all of a sudden, Shayla decided she wants to have respect for Amber's house at this point in time. But she's done this before. Another take that someone has given is that Shayla may not want to come in because of the talk that Amber had with Shayla the other day, mentioning that a lot of times women like Shayla is the one that tend to try a man like Anthony. So is it that Shayla's own guilt of not wanting to try Anthony is the reason why she's not trying to come inside?
If they're just down the street, should be cool.
Shayla, I know what you think. The optics of, you being in her house while she's gone. But I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. You're good. All right. You just come inside. Wait. They should be back shortly.
Well, as a woman, Anthony, I just need some time to heal and just not put myself in certain predicaments.
Okay, so I think that Anthony's not kind of reading the play as to what's going on. If you ask me, I think that what we're seeing is Shayla knows she's good for trying to, when she goes into these situations, she doesn't know how to control herself or how to go about, being just a decent human being. In this case, waiting on Amber to come. And so she's kind of being somewhat honest in herself. I'm gonna give her that amount of credit that at least she's a bit honest that hey, it's a predicament because it actually is. Whether you want to accept it or not, it really is a predicament.
Predicaments. Okay. Uh, but don't you think you doing this, like trying to make it seem like you're not, don't you see like it could be awkward?
Now, he's also a little bit correct on this because he's saying, hey, it does look a kind of way, which is kind of where we went down this morning. And I said, it looks kind of weird though, because you've always been inside. It's not new that you're going to go inside this particular house. So you've always been inside there. So all of a sudden now you don't want to go inside it now, starting to make it look as though, Anto is doing something. Because then okay, one of the things that women don't understand is that men have to always be proving that they are trustworthy. I wonder if y'all follow. Think about it. When a man is around a child, he must always be proving that he's worthy of staying around the child without anybody thinking of any pedophilia kind of things. When he's around another woman, you always have to be thinking that as well. And so this also could be a game and a ploy, which is kind of what I was going down to, of Shayla's, to plant the seed in Anthony's mind that he is not trustworthy. So now he starts to doubt himself and start to overcompensate.
You
I'm
doing that?
just taking accountability, something that you probably wouldn't do.
So that I would have believed that she's taking accountability. But when you say you're taking accountability, then you shade someone else. It's not honest. And so that's why I don't really buy that particular kind of argument that she made.
Not to shade you, Anthony, but
We live together. We've traveled together. Going from that, making love, and then now you can't even come inside my house and wait for your son to get here.
Okay, what I'm thinking about this is that Shayla deliberately went out to the car to see exactly if Anthony would actually chase her, right? Or if he would go behind her to chase her. No, I don't believe Anthony is trying to chase her, right? He just is finding it difficult to understand. And I'm not picking up for him, but I think he's finding it difficult to understand what's so different this time about all the other times that you have actually come here. You've come here, you've been all around this entire house, Amber being here, not being here, because there was times that she's actually been there. Goddess London even mentioned, why not call Amber on the phone and say, hey, Amber, I'm here, I notice that you're not here, but I'm waiting inside with Anthony. Even that could have been a whole thing. But going into the car in the cold, and not doing any of those things kind of look a little bit suspect. And that's why some people believe that she's actually recording some way, somehow, this conversation.
what does that have to do with anything, Anthony? That's the past, and I don't really like to think about the past anymore.
I mean, I get that, but I mean, it's like we're playing by some rules or something right now.
I don't think we're playing by rules. We're just doing what's right.
Are they really doing what's right? Or is Shayla playing this one the way she's playing? Shayla has certain looks on her face that she gives on different times. This is one of those looks, by the way. Right? When she looks up these type of ways, these are certain looks where she's trying to see if she can get submissive and into a certain position, and she's coiling to strike, but it looks like she's not actually striking. This could have all been avoided if you ask me, just like Goddess London has mentioned, with a simple phone call. Hey, Amber, I'm gonna wait inside. Anthony's here, but I'm gonna wait inside. And then this could have all been done. This has kind of created something that just it's not even there, but some way, somehow, it has become something. And that's kind of why people are so like weird about what's going on. But what you get from it is Anthony doing this thing that I don't think he's doing, but people believe that him doing it. They think that he's trying to get some from Shayla, and I don't think that's actually what it is. I think he's just confused because Shayla has been playing a different way, and then all of a sudden one day she switches up and does something different. And I'm just curious. Anthony's a thinker.
So it's cool. I mean, it's good.
It's just like, we were once in a relationship, and now all of a sudden it's just this like awkwardness. Like you don't sense that. Like now it's like I finally have, if you want to call it, permission for you to be in my house and be around Amber, and it's like now you're trying to play by some rules.
Okay, and he's right because that's kind of what I think that I'm looking at and I'm asking questions about. I mean, you've been trying to get back into this house for a long period of time. Shayla's been trying to work her way back into this house. You now have the wherewithal to go back into the house. And like I said, Goddess London, I think, has one of the keyest points. And Brittany stated something as well, too. Brittany says, well, why didn't she even come up to the door in the first place if she really wanted to wait in the car? So that's why we're saying it feels like a game in that retrospect. Some people are also saying that Anthony shouldn't have gone outside. And that I'm not even going to even push back on that. Could he have stayed inside? He could have. But something tells me that this conversation need to be had because Anthony may needed to have seen this conversation. Something tells me that. I don't know what yet, and I'm waiting on the rest to come as time come by, but I'm waiting to see that. But again, of all the times, know the time when now you have all of the wherewithal. What's different now than before? That is the question he's asking. I'm asking the same thing too.
I mean, Anthony, when we had our relationship, you didn't want it. So this is life now. And again, I don't really like to think about the past. I just want to move forward. I want to keep my head forward. I want to keep.
Okay, that's the biggest line for me where the car scene is concerned. Because why that line is important, and I think I keep coming up with that line, is because I keep hearing that line from Shayla. She did the same line when she tried the whole cleaning thing, and people didn't think that she actually tried him, but she did try him because the Fabulosa was brand new, and she was cleaning, and she knows what the cleaning thing is. She spoke about it with Zashri. Remember that. And Zashri actually called her out that, yes, I think I know that you tried him, but you're acting like you weren't trying him. And that's why that line gets to me each time. Is that line applied to take a jab or a stick at Anthony to tell him something? Is he trying to get him to feel guilty? What exactly is that line for?
Marching forward.
Keep marching forward. It's, I feel you. You're
Yeah.
funny.
And you know, things are, it be like that sometimes. They just are how they are. I think nothing is weird about this. The weird thing is, if Amber drives up and sees her husband out here talking to me at the car, I think that would be pretty weird.
Actually, I don't think it would be pretty weird. People say this, but I don't think it would because it's right in the open. Amber could ask all the questions she wants to ask. I don't actually believe that it's weird if Amber were to come outside because it's actually in the open. What could they possibly do in the open at this point in time? I don't think it's weird. I just don't. You know what I mean? Because I don't see anything happening at all. See, I don't wanna make things up that are not happening. And I think some of the times we make things up that are not really and truly happening. What I do see is that I see missing parts to an entire whole, and that's why I kind of went from one skit into the next to see if we could read any play at all. I think Goddess London's hands on the pulse, mixed with Brittany, are two of the most powerful. Why come inside if you didn't see Amber's car? One. And two, why not just call Amber right at the door? Hey, Amber, I'm here. It's kind of cold outside. I see that you have Kai, but you know what? I'm going to just go inside. That is the question. Anyways, let me know what I've missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon.